We're beginning in medias res. Joanna has gone out for a swim and has been caught by the riptides. Boone dives in after her. The survivors notice her scream. Charlie runs to Jack about it. Jack ventures out into the ocean. He manages to save Boone, who was drowning, but when faced with a difficult decision, he took Boone back to the beach and went after her again. This time it was too late. After the ordeal, Jack and Kate are talking about her. Christian Shephard appears briefly in the water, and then he disappears.
Jack? Jack?
After they found out about the water shortage, Jack has a conversation with Boone. At this point he sees Christian again. This time he follows him into the jungle. Claire faints, and Charlie realizes that the remaining water bottles are missing. Kate, Saeed, and Locke is discussing this problem. Locke volunteers to go into the jungle to find some water. Ethan Rom comes back later in the day. We know this from the episode Expose in Season 3, when we'll revisit the events of this episode. Jack is exhausted and dehydrated. He walks around in the jungle trying to find his father. Christian appears and disappears. In a mobisode, we learn that Leslie Arst was nearby and heard Jack run around and yell for his dad. While trying to catch him, Jack loses balance and rolls down a slope, suddenly hanging over a cliff. As you can see, there's a small stream underneath him. There's a lot of rivers on the island. Rousseau's map have a couple of them, but that's primarily the larger ones. The island is filled with streams of water all around it. Most of them starting up in the mountains. In some cases, a river flows into the ground and becomes dry at the end of its course without reaching another body of water. Another stream lands into the caves, which we'll venture into at the end of the episode. Luckily, Jack is rescued by Locke. They have a very meaningful discussion. Locke leaves him to finish what he started. As night falls, Christian makes one more appearance and leads Jack to the caves. Here he finds a little bit more of the plane wreckage, but most importantly, his father's coffin. Jack opens it up, but the body is missing. Let me explain this and rewind the clock a little bit. On September 22nd, when the plane broke up in mid-air and debris was falling down, the man in black sensed or noticed one dead individual landing down in the caves. As soon as he sensed it, he acquired Christian Shephard's body and memories, that which included his relationship with Jack. He teleported his way to the jungle outside the bamboo forest, as we've seen in the mobisode. Then at some point he returned to the caves. Ready to mess with Jack's head, and removed the original body of Christian Shephard. You see, when the man in black uses the image of a dead person, the corpse is still present, like we see in Season 6 when he's walking around as John Locke, while the real John Locke is still in the casket. You see, we can easily deduce that this was the man in black's doing because of Yemi. Yemi crashed on the island in the Nigerian Beechcraft. Echo finds his body in the 23rd Psalm, right after the smoke monster scans his memories. Yet in The Cost of Living, Yemi appears before Echo, pleading him to confess.
It is time to confess.
This drives Echo back to the Beechcraft, but the body is missing. Someone moved the stone in front of the Beechcraft's entrance and removed the corpse.
My brother's gone.
That is a sick and twisted trick to play on one person that has an attachment to the person in the plane. What happens next? The man in black poses as Yemi and tries to make Echo confess.
Are you ready, Echo?
Yes. I am ready.
But when he doesn't, the man in black kills him. And later, in 2007, the episode Because You Left, the body is back where it was supposed to be. This is easy to piece together as the man in black hiding Yemi's body, just as he did with Christian Shephard. It worked with Echo, but it would take much more to break down Jack. So, where did the Man in Black hide Christian Shephard's body? Where is it now? This is now we bring out our theory stamp. I think he wanted to hide it in a place close by, to this shady area near the caves. This is the mysterious cabin. Yes, the cabin built by Horace Goodspeed, used by Jacob, and then taken over by the Man in Black. It seems quite crazy that I've put it right here so close to the survivors' camp, but remember that Hurley stumbled upon it on his way to the cockpit. I'll talk a little bit more about it when we come to Season 3 and Season 4. That is because the cabin moves and rotates between at least 3 different spots on the island. Jack would never find his father's corpse if the cabin would just bounce around the island by the Man in Black's will. That is if we assume that he has taken control of it already. Now, back to the episode. Jack breaks the coffin and returns back to the beach. He delivers the famous "Live Together, Die Alone" speech, and we end the episode. Stay tuned for more cave action in the next episode, and please subscribe for more island exploration.